Hi, I'm Melissa with Atlas CFO, and we are continuing with our accounting calendar. You can see I made it even.
Just keep rolling.
Hi, this is Melissa with Atlas CFO, and we're back with our accounting calendar. And you can see I've made it even busier for you. I've added a bunch more black writing, and so now I'm going to go through it. First thing I want to talk about is cutoff. We didn't talk about that in the last video, and it's important to first establish when that cutoff happens. And when I'm talking about cutoff, I'm talking about the month-end cutoff and how to pick a time to look at your job schedules. So if you see here on the calendar, I picked the last Thursday of the month on my beautifully evenly spaced, 20 working day calendar. But I picked this day because it is the last payroll date and the last AP run of the month. So this is a good day for the month to run all of my job schedules so that the project managers can look at them. Now, Melissa likes job reports once a week, but if I had to let you do anything less, it would be once a month, and it would be that day right there. If you want to run job schedules once a month, which I think is really great and the project managers might really enjoy it, I would run them on Thursday. We're picking Thursday because it's the same day they're going to bill, and it's the same day all the costs are accumulated. And in fact, those project managers might want to use their job report to prepare any billing. Also, I didn't talk about this in the last video, but it might be useful. Some clients have monthly billing cycles, and you may have a client that wants to be billed just the first of the month. So this WIP cutoff is another good time to bill those once a month big AIA clients. That way you know exactly what you cut off and what vendors are included in that next AIA pay app. We have videos on AIA pay apps. You can check those out later. Okay, so we've established cutoff, and that day is the last date that we're really going to use for any of our job information. And now we can work into really the front part of the month, which is all of our reconciliation that gets us ready for financial statements. Now, I like to start with financial statements. When is my due date? I picked a due date of the 10th of the month. I like the 10th of the month. Sometimes, some months it has to be the 15th, but the 10th is a good date. It usually gives you enough time to get those reconciliations done and feel pretty good about internally generated financial statements. When I use the words internally generated financial statements, that means I want to get the financial statements to the owner by the 10th of the month. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to particularly send them to the bank or the bonding company, but I do want to get them to the owner. So I have the financial statements right here on the 10th, and then I want to work backwards off of that. I also am going to work forward a little bit, which you see right here. We have bank and bonding company financial statements. You can't read it because I wrote it really bad and really small. It's right there. It's right there. Yeah. So I want to be able to give my owner a few days to look at the financial statements, ask questions before I send it to anybody on the outside. And I don't like to send financial statements out unless I've been sure that the owner has looked at it and is okay with them going out. So now we've established the outside date and the inside date. Let's work backwards from there. We know we have to have a job schedule, and we're going to use the cutoff for our job reports. We're going to give those all to our project managers, and our project managers are going to help us build our job schedule. So I like to prep my job schedule and get it ready kind of early in the first week of the month. And then you can see here on that first Thursday, just a few days into the month, I like to get with the project managers and talk to them about what they think those jobs are going to look like. And we have a second series just on job costing and job schedules. I'm not going to get into that in this series. I just want to make sure that we have it on our calendar and we know when we're going to do it. We also have other things like the bank rec. We want to get that done before we issue financial statements. We want to do the borrowing base. We want to do other reconciliations. So I just go through my calendar and I just write, when am I going to get all these things done so that I can hit my financial statement date? I do this every month. We create a calendar every month, and we try to operate off of that calendar. And I'm kind of a nerd, so we actually have a calendar for the first 6 months of a year. We have an entire calendar of what we're going to do each day. That way we know that we can stay on track and that we hit all of the deadlines that we have. So you have the ability to create your own accounting calendar, and you can add all of these once a month items and really make it pretty robust. So I want to point out one more thing for you before I go. There's times that you have special projects you want to get done, and honestly, you can look at this calendar and see there's really not a lot of time for special projects. You're just making sure day-to-day operations run. But there is a sweet spot, and it's pretty easy to see, and I even put a mark on it for you. But you usually have 3 days, 2 to 3 days, and it's somewhere between this last run of billing and before your month end, you'll have a few days right there that you can use for special projects. Now, of course, we even like to schedule our special projects because we want to make sure that we get them done. Okay, that's it for today on our accounting calendar. Thank you.